It's Wild Heretic here. I know you don't normally hear my voice, but just want to put a shout out to this forum. I just put it together. Somebody wanted this forum. Um, yeah, a couple of the readers wanted a better way to communicate with each other. So I thought, okay, there is a Concave Earth forum, which you probably all know about, but I just put this together related to my own website. Well, let's have a look. Go to the links. There you go. Let's go to the blog. Very simple. There it is, forum, that little button there. Click on that. And it's a PHP BB 3.0 forum, so it's a proper one, free one you can put on. And the different topics, obviously concave earth and the glass sky, because that's what the blog's mostly about. We all have different opinions. Put what you like on, don't mind. Anything you like, octahedron, it doesn't matter, I don't care. Space marketing and other science fraud. Yeah, that's the usual stuff. If you're a flat earther, if you're whatever you are and you think NASA's a fraud or something's going on, put it in there. You don't have to be concave earther to go on this forum if you don't want to. I've put other topics. I thought I was having a bit of fun. Hoax events, a bit of clues forum going on here. The usual 9/11, any mass bombing, shootings, that kind of thing. Sandy Hook, Paris, the score, these false flags. Hoax movements, yeah, a lot of dodgy stuff regarding, like the 60s counterculture and feminism, stuff like that. Fake deaths, yeah, a lot of people pretend to be dead that aren't. Joan Rivers, for example. Fake people, yeah, that's an interesting speculative topic. Yeah, I won't go into that just now, but there's something for everyone. First of all, there's the dissenters. That's in the hoax forum. You can believe whatever shape the earth is, doesn't matter. That's something for everyone, I think, there. For the dissenters at least. You go down, we've got science, okay, again, in the nature of the blog, it's like alternative ideas, alternative theories, so it's not just going to be mainstream stuff at all. So, like somebody in the blog, I've forgotten his name now, mentioned something about an alternative to flight, that it's actually the speed, is it the amount of volume of air that goes under the craft lifts the craft? I think that's what it came down to. It's not the, what's it called, the Benolini or whatever it's called effect, the vortex effect. If you want to put that kind of thing, it doesn't have to be. I mean, alternative theories, you think it's all like quantum and subatomic and all that kind of stuff, and it's not. It's not at all. It's anything, absolutely anything that's not mainstream. Put it into there. Wild inventions again. People think, oh yeah, free energy, anti-gravity, teleportation, that kind of stuff. But that's just a bit exotic. It doesn't have to be like that. It could be that New Zealand guy, I've forgotten his name, with the resonance thing with the two metal balls, electricity through both, AC current, and the resonance between the balls created, what should we say, it heated up boiling water within a few seconds. So, there's a lot of stuff there. It's not just the usual what you think it is. It's very open. History again, in the nature of the blog, so it's going to be alternatives. So looking at revisionism, we're looking at flamenco, forbidden archaeology. I don't fully agree with everything they say on that, but that doesn't matter. Whatever you like. Last Thursdayism's a bit of a laugh. Recent Earth and all that. Anything with history, with ancient cultures, Sumeria, Aztecs, yada yada. Myths and legends, the flood, obviously, the gods, so-called. Then that leads on to religion. Again, anything you want, any religious topic. Again, but religion seems to split up into two areas. It's either historical or it's paranormal. Especially the Abrahamic religions. That it's basically history of a people mixed with voodoo. Like magic, miracles, prophecy, predictions, UFOs, Sermon on the Mount, that kind of thing. Visions. It's a mixture of history and paranormal religion. But if it is paranormal and it's got a label of religion, just put it under the paranormal. And again, if it's history like the flood, but it's mentioned in the Bible, so therefore Christian religion, put it here under history. Anything else, modern sects, anything you like, like Jehovah's Witnesses, whatever, just put it under there. Paranormal, time travel. Let's see, what have we got? This is not the usual stuff. It's like, they found that Swiss watch in China from a thing. It wasn't a Swiss watch, it was a stone replica and tiny. Therefore, obviously, what I think happened is a Swiss watch went back in time, because if you look at Glitch in the Matrix threads, this happens to a few people. It's very odd. Again, this is open-minded forums, not a skeptic society. Just want to say I'm taking everything as true, right? Yes, I know hoaxes, but I'm taking that the hoaxes, yes, it is true that there are hoaxes, if you see what I mean. So I'm taking everything on this forum as the truth. It needn't be, but I'm taking it as true. Therefore, when the information comes in, I'm going to put information in this forum when I see fit, because I love all these topics. I love them all, and the people who've commented on my blog also like these topics because that basically covers every topic that someone's commented on. Um, so what's going on is that this information, we're going to hopefully see links and join the dots that, oh, that's connected to that. I mean, look at paranormal, and all this is linked. All this is, they're like overlapping circles. They're all this, do you know, as I say, time travel, something goes back in time, like a switchbox accidentally went went back in time. And what happens is they found it, say in the Middle Ages in China. They marveled at this Swiss watch, didn't know what it was, and they made little stone replicas out of it and put it in some powerful guy's tomb, rich guy's tomb. That's be what it was. Well, that's my theory anyway. We've got other worlds, dimensional travel. No, it's not just like sliders, other worlds or anything, but it's the underworld. It's a big connection to the underworld. Richard Shaver, the Darrow Terror stories, the fellow, what's his name? Brenton, is it Brenton Sorwin? I don't know his name on YouTube. He's got a modern experience of that. Fairies, gnomes, dwarves, little people, etc. 411, missing people. What's his name? Paulides. Paulides talks a lot about this. The common link throughout all the strange missing people is another dimension. I use that loosely dimension. I don't mean in the physics sense or the scientific sense of dimension. I mean another world. It's something we don't really understand anyway. So it's not we don't have the references for it because we can't do it ourselves. If you know what I mean. So we don't have references for it, so I use it very loosely. But that's the common thread behind these missing people. If you read his books, of course, Bigfoot seems to be a big one with that. But again, it all links together. All these things like Bigfoot. There's a very other dimensional aspect to it, according to Paulides. UFOs. Yeah, same thing, just it's more of an inquisitive, investigative thing. What are they? Christians say they're demons. What are demons? You go down the rabbit hole that way. Aliens, what do you mean by aliens? Obviously, the Earth is concave with a glass sky, so therefore it's not they come from other planets. So that extraterrestrial hypothesis and the pure physical sense is wrong. There is again another dimensional aspect. So you see how they're all linked? It's all linked together. All these are linked together, overlapping circles of the same phenomena. Astral etheric beings, again, what do you mean by astral etheric? Don't really know because we can't go there. Do you know we're physical? We're physical. We sense physical unless you do astral travel, which is down here. Ghosts, again, ghost covers absolutely everything non-physical, spirit, shadow people, luminescent, peaceful, transparent, possessing, shadowing, demons, elementals, dead people. I put on every label that I've known to read on the internet in there. What are they? I mean, look at that. That's from Louisiana Bar, I think, 2012. That's it, 2012, Louisiana Bar. If you want that link, I'll put it in there. Eventually, when I get the time, I'll put it in. I'll put these things into these topics. I mean, it's blatantly. There are millions of these photos now, millions of these stuff like ghosts and stuff. The question is not that it's real. The question is what are they, and we're going to put them in little boxes for our mind to understand, which is very difficult because we don't belong in this realm, in the ghost realm. So we're like a blind man faffing about, in the dark. Astral travel, spirit mediums, again, some dodgy shit there. I mean, channeling saints as psychic shamans. That drug that I can't pronounce that they they use in South America to supposedly gain enlightenment, so-called. So-called speaking with the dead. I'm two minds about that. Ouija boards, I wouldn't personally go near them, but there we are. The usual, like the Palladians, big red flag, heliocentric model. Again, very much like UFOs and contactees. They love to give the heliocentric model. They just love it. It's a promotion. It's all a promotion. Why, who they are, what do they want, don't know, but it's there as a topic. Magic's very interesting now. I've read some speculative things in that. Like the Scottish Yorkshire Rite for Masonry is supposed to be based on that. Like telepathy, invisibility, and using your mind. It's basically any ritual or procedure which alters your observed reality without using a machine or the physical body within its societal accepted standards. And in other words, let's see, using your consciousness to go into another body and controlling them. That would be one example. For example, you could call it possession. Christians are going fucking apeshit now, probably. Mandela effect. Let's have a look. Mandela effect. Yeah, this glitch in the matrix stuff. It's kind of come on the scene the last few years, especially this year. I've been interested in the last 3 years or so since 2012. It's the cutting edge of reality. This stuff. I've put it in. It's very important. The whole blog's about reality. What the hell's going on? Do you know, we've got a basic foundation here, Conquer Fifth and Glass Sky. It's brilliant. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for the glass sky. Thank you. Without it, we would have been lost in the dark. There's no way in a zillion years I would have ever thought there was glass in the sky, a glass layer. But I think it's for me, the evidence now is overwhelming. It's the evidence is great in my blog. I've done it. I did it 2 years ago. Stephen's got loads more. I don't agree with all his evidence, but most of it. And yeah, anyway, that's a great premise. The concave Earth is a great foundation. Concave Earth foundation. Once you've got a foundation like that, you'll find that all these things are linked together. Hopefully, we should find things joined. The micro world links together well with it. That's another topic. If you can't talk about that, you can talk about that in the alternative theories science. Mandela effect, yeah, what is it? Well, you probably know if you listen to this. It is when your memory of global or cultural events does not match today's reality. I'm not American. I had no idea about this, but it's a big hoo-ha in America. Berenstein Bears, also Berenstain Bears, interview with a vampire. That I am 100 billion%. Billion, trillion, bet your mother's life, bet the whole humanity future of this matrix system ever that it was interview with a vampire. It was never the. For me, maybe not for you, but for me. I'm not you, you are you. It could be different for you, hence the illogicality of this whole thing. Sex in the City, I am 99% sure it was in, not and. But I'm nowhere near as sure as I was with interview with a vampire. That's just ridiculous. Previously dead, now alive celebrities. Yes, I've had one of those myself in, was it Harry Enfield? See, I'm a British guy, so Americans won't know who Harry Enfield is. He was a comedian in the early 90s who did a lot of sketches, impersonations of funny characters. Anyway, I think it was last year or the year before. I think it was last year, 2014, or was it early this year? I can't remember. It wasn't 2013. It was either 14 or 15. I definitely heard he was dead, heard it on the news, heard it on TV. Harry Enfield was dead. And I was really saddened by that because I really liked him in the early 90s. I liked his sketches, the Scousers, the old gits, very funny, with his sidekick, what's his name? Paul Whitehouse, I think, from The Fast Show. I did like it. He was good. And I saw him in a Miss Marple, I think a 2009 reproduction of one of the Miss Marples, And I said to my wife, it was about a couple of months ago, I said, I'm really sad that it's a shame, isn't he? He's dead now. He was, I miss him, his stuff and what he did. And then lo and behold, a few weeks ago, I thought there was a stand-in or something for him on the Jonathan Ross show. I thought that can't be him. Is it? But it was. He didn't look very well though, I have to say. But it was definitely him coming smashing nicely. That's one of his acts. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it was him. I thought for most of the show, I thought, it's it. Oh, Paul Whitehouse. He's had to get a stand-in. He's had to get someone in. But apparently, no, he's still alive. So that floored me for 6. Conscious in different places. I haven't really come across that myself. I did think there were 52 states in America for most of my life. But hey, whatever. This comes into why is this happening? Is it just our memory? Is it faulty? Put theories in here. Medical condition. What's going on? It's you look for the exotics explanations like parallel world jumping, merging, etc. Time travel is some fecking with time. Don't know. Is it all kind of mixed together? These are sort of labels we don't really understand. But anyway, server upgrade. If the reality really is virtual, has there been changes in the server or servers? Here I've left a spot if you have your own what the hell is going on story that didn't make sense, that doesn't belong in the paranormal. Put it in here. You can link to other stories. What I'm going to do is I read a lot of the Reddit forum. Everyone knows the Reddit forum, Glitch in the Matrix. I'm going to go. I've been there a lot past year and a half. you'll see the same themes come up again and again and again. Sure, a few of them may be bullshit. Sure, let's put the skepticism aside for the moment, take everything as true and see what links together. If it doesn't link together, put it aside and say, sure, it might have been bullshit, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. If things do link together, we may be onto something, a clearer understanding of what's going on. And that's the key to it all. Joining it all up. So, personal glitch in the Matrix stories, you'll see the same themes again and again. There's a half dozen I've already labeled myself. And what I'm going to do that when I see the same theme, I'll put it in here. And I'll put 10 stories that are the same idea. Do you know, like somebody's missed time, reverse time, someone's done a quantum suicide. I'll put them in there, and so this whole forum for myself will be a bit like a repository, an information repository on the subjects I'm interested in. When I'm casually browsing the net, I'll just shove it in here. It won't be in-depth research. To get to the truth of anything, it really needs to be in-depth. Spend a lot of time. Most people don't have time, so they never get to the truth. It's impossible. They rely on others to do that. Well, I'm here to do a bit of it, to do with the concave Earth and glass sky, but it'll be shallow research, more like linking, grouping together. When I put in here, I will put my opinion why I think something's bullshit, is illogical, doesn't work, or something like that. Oh, I think they've got it's not bad, they've got the running into the sticks, just my opinion, but I will say why. That's about it. Yeah, with the forum, enjoy it if you want it. I will post some stuff myself. If you use it, what you like. I don't want people like True Group from David Icke Forum. I don't want people like Wine Gums from David Icke Forum. They're obvious either if they're not shilled, not paid by, say, the pharmaceutical industry or private contractors with the space industry. I don't know. If they're not that, then they have a lot of time in their hands, and they're always, every single comment, they come back with a reply to try and uphold the status quo. Very dodgy, very fishy. There's been no antagonizing. This is a forum of like minds, but with different opinions, is the best way to put it. Like minds, different opinions. I won't be banning people unless they're deliberately antagonistic trolling, then they'll be banned. But we all have different ideas of these things. We're all trying to piece together what could be true and what couldn't be true. So again, the last thing, if there's a topic that's not there, you want to talk about something, bug it in here for now. I might make it a category, I'm not anal about these things, like for instance, hoax events. Some people think that there's no dead bodies at all. Others think, yes, there was a shooting. Yes, 180 people died. That's, for example, Paris, but it was a false flag, a Trojan horse. No Muslims did it. We're on the same page in a certain sense that yes, it's bullshit. Yes, it's an agenda. Yes, it's obviously a political agenda. Anyone can see that. It's obvious, with the shootings, it's either in America, they're just trying to ban guns. It's pretty obvious. They did it in Australia and it worked. They did it in Scotland and it worked for Britain to license guns. They did that. I think it was the late 80s, early 90s did that. I've forgotten the name of them now. I've forgotten the names of them. But you know what I'm talking about. And they keep trying it all the time. Every year you're going to see these mass shootings in America, all fake. All to ban your guns. It's obvious. We all know that. But they have to keep trying, you see, for their power trips, for their agenda. Goodness knows what their real agenda is. But anyway, that's speculation. The question now with these bombs, there are no suicide bombers. That's all bullshit. Trojan horses and stuff like that. This is the certain aspects of the intelligence and military community does this. That's obvious. Why? Well, the Paris one is obvious because they want to have total power in Syria, which they do not have. They want total power. Why do they want total power in Syria? We don't know, but there's good speculation. I've read that it's for gas pipeline. Russia has the pipeline to Europe, therefore has a monopoly on the European market, and Saudi Arabia wants the pipeline to go through Syria to the European market, therefore wants access. So it's about money. So power equals money. Money equals power. So it's always about power and money. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. We know that. There will be difference of opinion. How much is it a bullshit? Some people think in 9/11 nobody died. I'm more inclined to that point of view. That's the Clues Forum point of view. Sorry if I'm speaking too fast, by the way, but I have a lot to say. A lot to say. You cannot get this out quick enough by speaking. So yeah, there you go. I know fake people is a guy, Robotoids. That's Peter Beta, wasn't it? what was his name, Peter Beata, I think it was, who introduced that concept. Again, a nice bit of speculation, a bit of fun. Is it true? My opinion, probably, probably. Even put, look, reptilians at the end, fake people. Why not throw that in there? Again, everything needs to be discussed. You can do anything. I will never call anyone crazy. I will never say, their experience was wrong or false ever. Everything's valid. Everything is true as a basic premise, right? It doesn't matter if it's not. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Come across that as a basic premise. See if it joins. See if the dots join. If they do, we're onto something. That's how it works. Okay, well, I hope over time I add some stuff in here if you want to add stuff, and yeah, I'm hoping it'll just add to what's going on here. Thanks very much for listening. Okay, toodaloo.